Not. Hello and welcome to the Survivor Maryland Season 12 Generations Episode 1 live stream. I am the host for this live stream, but not the host of the season. Anders joining you once again. We've got our favorite lady back, Mish again. Miss
Very
Erin
good.
Thickery. Erin, how you
Hello.
doing?
I'm doing amazing. Having a great time. Super excited to be back. I did say I was getting too old for this because it's 10 p.m. and I'm like, wow, but we're doing it. We're excited. We're going to get back in the college survivor vibes. And this was the perfect intro to get back into it. So very excited to be back and ready to shit on some more children.
And that's what they signed up for. And we have joining us once again, but now a Pop Culture Jeopardy loser, Naomi. How
Oh my
are you?
God, I'm so good. I also said to Erin, as Erin said, getting too old for this. I'm also getting too old for this, because we've really reached the point now of like, oh, I didn't even go to high school with the kids that are playing, College Survivor anymore. So I feel like this is sort of my cutoff point. I'm hanging out at the town bar when I really should be like trying to start my career. So this might be the last one. But what a start to the season! I'm very honored to be here for such an incredible episode of Survivor Maryland.
It was an incredible episode. I really do think this is such a dynamic and, in a lot of ways, chaotic and mishmash of a cast. Like, this cast seems so disjointed in the best way. I do not see them getting along or meshing in
No,
any positive way, and that's exactly what I want.
I wrote in my notes literally what is in the water of Maryland of in that bay that makes you all such hateful bitches. I love it.
I mean, it really is incredible how quickly these people just go in and go, I actually hate this
I
person.
don't like this person. Yeah, literally immediately, like day one, they're like, "Oh, this person is
Yeah.
rubbing everybody the wrong way." It's like, what are they doing?
It's great.
Let's talk a little bit about this season. Obviously, Drew, the well, I shouldn't speak too soon. Okay, no. Drew, the host of the season, will be joining us later, and we'll talk to him sort of about his conception of the season and sort of his rise to all of this, because he comes out of nowhere. And, I'll just say it. It's hard to be the host, and clearly not everyone's cut out for. I'm kidding.
Drag him while
No,
he's not here.
Oh, hateful.
Exactly.
I think this is such an interesting season. I think the inclusion of Pascal and Daniela is so fun. What are your reactions seeing Alex Pascal and Daniela, spoilers, both first boots of their respective All-Star seasons, coming back for a third time to play with a bunch of hateful newbies?
I think what's really crazy about that to me is that like we know that happened to Pascal, right? We did not know that happened to Daniela. So I think that that's such an interesting. It's just immediate lore drop of like, hey, by the way, we haven't seen this season yet, but I think that is kind of a funny like it's our little time jump that we're doing, and it's like, oh, Daniela's gone through a whole being first boot since last time we've seen her, which I think is really interesting. But I love that dynamic of like the two all-stars first boots coming back to be captains and to play. I think that that's really awesome. And I do love that, like we kind of saw in the episode, both tribes had a moment of like, oh, should we just go after the returnee? But then both tribes were like, oh, there's other things to do. There's other things going on. So I think that they both did a good job of like, integrating themselves, and they proved why they are back and why they were on their respective all-stars seasons. And when they're coming in from being all-stars, even if you're first boot of all-stars, you're there. Like, you're an all-star. Yeah. And they're coming in and they're showing like, yeah, this is why I was an all-star. And I think it's really fun to see. And these are two awesome personalities to have back. And especially knowing that, yeah, Daniela was first boot of the other one. It's like everybody wanted more Pascal in the first all-stars, obviously. I think everybody would have wanted more Daniela in the second all-stars. So I think that it's an awesome opportunity to have them both back.
It's very lucky those are the two first boots, because it's like you could have had some real stinkers, and Pascal and Daniela are not stinkers. They are characters and they are players.
Yes.
Naomi?
And yes to that. I don't know if I've ever told you this. I watched Survivor Maryland in such a doinked up order. I just watched All Stars first. Like I don't know. I just saw people posting about it. I was like, looks fun. Let me watch. So I had zero context for who Pascal was when he got voted out. I was like, oh, okay, I don't know. Seems like he wasn't doing much, whatever. And then I went back and of course watched and was like, wow, what a devastating loss this actually is. And now to sort of so many years later get to experience him like back in the saddle, kind of actually working the game again is so fun because he is like his reads at certain points this episode I was like, wow, he is absolutely cooking with gas here, and like and isn't heavy-handed playing the way that some returners are playing. It was just a real delight to see, and then we'll get to his singing, but wow, what a
I have the same
what a
note
treat.
about his singing. Yes.
So the two of them come back and they pick their tribes. It was so interesting to me the differences in how they came in. To me, I saw Pascal like trying to be very strategic of like, I know CJ or this person recognized me. I'm going to choose them. And Daniela fully going beard, hot, pink girl. Like Daniela's just a whole nonsense of what are you choosing? Are you choosing who you'd want to date or hang out with, or are you trying to play strategically? Like, what is the play? Are you Tony right now? I'm confused.
Well, she said beard. I wasn't paying close enough attention when she said it. I thought she was just straight up being like, like she was sort of insulting with the word beard. I don't know. I was like, wow, that's a lot to put on, picking a tribe episode 1. But I see it now. She was so funny. And you know what? Sometimes you have to bring a fuck it, we ball attitude to Survivor that people in the Edgec don't like.
I do think it was funny that and other people were like clocking it too. I think it was Kate who was like, "Oh, did she not want me on her tribe because I'm ugly or something?" Like, were we building the beauty versus the brain and brawn tribe? Like, it seemed like that's kind of what the vibe was, and everybody was like, "Oh yeah, Danielle is just going based off of aesthetics," which I was like, I think it was a really interesting way to pick tribes. But I do also think Pascal made it very obvious that he knew CJ, when with everybody else he was like, oh, you in the coat, or like you in the blue or whatever, and he was like CJ. It's like, yeah, really subtle, Alex, really good job.
I think also the way they both approach this game is so funny. Pascal is so much more, I would say, like aggressive with the way he refers to everyone and is just like, this is what you should be doing. This is the correct way to play.
Yeah.
That's such a dumb move to do. And I think it's the most competent strategic we've ever seen Alex Pascal, but it's very rough in the way that he'll address things. Whereas Danielle is a lot more social, going with the flow. Like she's listening, she's talking, she's trying to be bubbly and friendly. A lot less maybe proactive, but I think there is an interesting difference in the way they're both approaching these relationships and these alliances. What are your takes on? They are 3-time players. They're coming back in and they're approaching it very differently. How do you think it's going to affect their games moving forward?
I think both of them, honestly, are doing the right thing for themselves. Because yes, they're both returnees, and yes, they are both coming in as like 3-time players, like have the same general like story, but they are different players. They are different people. They're very different players. And I think that Pascal is kind of coming in and is seen as somebody who is very strategic. And people have seen his season at this point. Or like I assume that just his first season, maybe not All Stars at this point.
All Stars, I believe, was out at this point, but don't quote me on that.
But even then, not a lot of Pascal to see there.
No, it was at this point.
but it's like people have seen him, so he has that like connotation of being this strategic player. He has people that have seen his game and kind of know how he's going to play. So when you have that like stink on you, you do have to be a bit more out front. You have to be a bit more like, hey, yeah, you see what I can do, so I'm going to own that and let's do that together. Versus Daniela, who they haven't seen her play. They don't necessarily know who she is. They just know that she's a returnee. So she can kind of be a little more under the radar, be a little sneakier, be a little more subtle, and I think it was a mistake to kind of let groups form before she jumped into them. But I think she is doing a really good job of building one-on-one relationships with people that happen to be all in the same group. So I think that is really good for her. And I don't know if she knew that or if that just happened for her, but either way, fantastic job.
So let's talk.
Isn't it,
oh, sorry.
wait. Isn't it so weird that like their tribes kind of match their vibes though? Like somehow Pascal's got like the alpha tribe where everybody is looking into each other's eyes and being like fuck you, prove it. And then
Mhm.
Danielle's Tribe is just everyone sort of being like, wow, like, you know, you do musical theater, that's so cute. I'm actually kind of a princess. Like, you know, they're so sort of like flowy in a weird way that I love.
It's almost
and
like they picked their own tribes.
but,
But
you know, like, how did they
you
end up
have
like
No,
this?
it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Alex Pascal's tribe. The oh my god, it's Kavasa. No, it's Cassava.
It's
Oh my
it's
god,
Kiyoshi and
Cassava.
Cassava. Yeah.
Kyoshi.
Pascal's
The
is
Kyoshi
Kiyoshi.
tribe is very aggro in the way that they're all
Yeah.
dealing with each other. So I guess Alex can fit right in. But
Yeah.
Cassava is just a lot more. You're right. They're playing the social game, a
Mhm.
very messy social game, but they're doing it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about these newbies. I feel like we start off with some really good introductions to characters like Chloe, who just gives off just a lot of really good
Oh my
energy.
god.
Kate
Obsessed with Chloe.
coming in
Yep.
is like, yeah, I'm gonna be a huge asshole to people. Jason, who I think is very funny. I mean, I Andy, who references JS, which is a real like,
Yeah. Oh, I wrote that
Oh.
down. I was like, Andy, a friend of JS. Oh no. That's literally what I wrote in my notes.
For Erin, yeah.
Sean, who I think is giving a lot of like, I'm gonna play strategic. I mean, the way that he reacted to Andy's whole deal. And I mean, we can't not bring up Jake. Just from the moment he shows up, he is dominating the screen time, and every time he spoke, I'm like, Jake, if you could talk 50% less.
Uh-oh.
Did we lose him? We lost
Also,
him.
okay,
There
sorry.
we go.
Jake talks too much, but Adam, as soon as I saw Adam, I'm like, love Adam. Oh my
Yes.
god, he really wants to play. And this episode really made me go, Adam, no.
I had the
Were
complete
you-
opposite reaction to Jake. I just want to say I loved every second he was talking. I thought he was so funny. I was like, this man is he's eating up his screen time. He's coming in. He's like immediately like.
Yeah.
What I love is that in the big group, he was just like making his little jokes, cracking his little jokes, and he was just telling everybody like, "Hey, this is who I am." And I love somebody that just comes in. And him whipping and then being like, "Oh no, you got that on film," and then using it for the intro sequence was really funny. But I think Jake is just camp, and I really have to respect that. And I think on top of everything he was doing, which I really loved, plus the fact that like Jason brought up that he had like a middle school beef with Jake and was like, I haven't liked him since middle school. That triggered something in me so deep. I was like, I have to be Team Jake here because you cannot carry fucking middle school beef into college. That's ridiculous.
Well, that's the Sammy Lily of it all. I mean, that's high school
Oh,
beef.
That's high school. No, middle school beef.
Not even beef though.
Yeah, okay. I have to tell a Jake story in a second. But what you said about Adam, Anders, like, here's my question, Anders: were you watching this live, like on campus, or had you left by the time the season was happening?
Oh, baby, I was gone by this point.
That's what I thought. Okay, I was living for this. I was living for the whole intro. I took sort of notes on everyone. Like Chloe immediately was like, she's like, I have no friends. I was like, that's so fucking relatable. Like to the start of college. Oh my god. And then Sean, I was like, there's always got to be one mentally ill CBS fan on a season of College Survivor. I was Courtney. Okay, Courtney had a great quote. She said, "I won't be too invested. I won't be too invested where it'll be emotionally taxing on me." And I was like, "We will see you in a couple weeks, Courtney."
I wrote that same quote, and I said, "Okay, sure, Queen."
Okay, sure, Queen. But yes, Jake is a superstar. Okay, Jake applied for Survivor New York years ago, and I have never forgotten his like call we did because he told a story about getting lost in New York and getting like totally scammed by a taxi cab, and it made me laugh so hard. And I forget why it didn't work out, but I had genuinely been wanting to put Jake on a season of Survivor New York every year since. He is so funny. Like, what an insane person, and I love it. I truly, he like a light has been lost from Survivor Maryland, and it's been one episode, you know.
And yet, part of me feels like it's good that he left because I just know if he had stayed, it would have been the Jake show, and not in a way that he's controlling. More like, oh my god, he's still here.
Yeah, very like Eric on the season that Eric started out on. Everyone's like, why is Eric here all the time? Why am I blanking out? What is that season called? You made that. What's that season called? the humanities versus the science nerds.
Oh, major conflict. I was thinking
Major
CF
conflict.
Survivor. I'm like, Eric. I don't feel like
Boo. Who
Eric
gives a fuck about
dominated
Eric?
that airtime. I don't feel like Eric dominated.
No,
Major
but the
Conflict.
conversations about Eric were like constant.
I feel like it was Doug who was. It's like,
oh yeah, that
you
too.
can't be in a scene with that. It was the Poochie issue. If Doug isn't on screen, everyone needs to be asking, "Where's Doug? What's happening with Doug?"
Great reference, Anders.
This is a great question, actually, before we get too far into it. What are our
Shout out
thoughts on the
Kelly.
tribe names for Kyoshi and Cassava? I'll say this. I hate Kyoshi as a name. I don't like just using a name from a copyrighted property. You go, oh, well, I like Avatar, so I guess Kyoshi. Boring. Cassava's at least like, well, I like this melon, and it's a fun name to say. It's also funny that Drew messes it up.
That he does every time, and I did notice that. I think they're fine names. I like them. Like there was a Tafiti on my season of Survivor Michigan. People will reference stuff. I think that it's fine. I like Kyoshi. I think it's cute, and I think Cassava's a good name. They sound like Survivor tribe names.
Yeah, we got a base squad jump scare, Anders. Are you
We
like, doing
sure
okay?
did. We sure did. Also, hello, Tim.
Hi, Tim.
Hi, Tim.
Yeah, I love the reference of Base Squad. I'm glad Daniela came in and said we can't do Base Squad. I think it's important we look at history and we never repeat it. She was right
for that.
That's points for her. Let's talk about these tribes before we get too much into like the episode and the strategy. So let's start with the tribe that didn't go to tribal this episode, but they will next episode because they do have to vote someone out. Let's start with Cassava, so Daniela's tribe. What do we think about this tribe? I want to say it's so interesting how immediately we have these two groups form, and yet I don't necessarily think it's dead in the water for like the Sean and Lily of it all. Like, I think they give me very strategic, and I think they are tight in a way I don't see the other side being, the Donovans and the Jasons and the Danielas. I think it was interesting too that, let me find in my notes. It's like they had this group, and for some reason they decided, oh, Jason's not in this group anyways. It's Donovan, Daniela.
Yeah.
It was like, what? Why are we not?
No, I thought that was interesting too, because also that was like right after confessional where Daniela mentioned that she liked Jason, and then here Andy is telling her this group that no longer includes him, I guess.
Yeah.
But I wonder. Yeah, I don't know if they were trying to just like keep it, I guess, on the down low that like they were in a group without Daniela, maybe like that could be it, but I don't know. I thought
Jason was in the room, and then they move away and they go, anyways, I guess Jason's not in this.
Object permanence. They're like,
he's here. Hi, Jake.
Rewind like 5 minutes into the VOD, then come back.
Hey, Jake, you want to come on for an impromptu interview?
Yeah, what the hell, Jake? I was waiting. I like the pink group so much. I'm really intrigued to see what happens. I mean, listen, I feel so bad for Sammy. Like, if I had a crush on someone in high school and then we went to college together and that got brought up more than once in the entire time I was in college, I would throw myself off a bridge. And kudos to Sammy. I mean, God, if he's watching this back, I don't know. Like, you don't know what everyone else has been saying, but like, Lily, first confessional. It's the first confessional. God damn, let him breathe, Lily. Oh my God. It was like, and that's why I'm Team Sammy. Like, I'm rooting for him, just simply with the fact that like this is mortifying in a way that like hopefully it's been enough time that he's moved on.
Yeah, it is a horrific way to come into something that's filmed in public and horrible. And like that sucks so bad. And I would love to be Team Sammy, but I'm also like, is he doing anything other than just saying, "Oh, I'm on the bottom," and not doing anything about it? Like that's just kind of what it feels like to me. Because I'm like, everybody's like, "Oh, he was the first person to drop in the challenge. That's a reason." Like he's like, I don't know. If it just feels like he immediately was like, "Oh, I was, last one picked for tribes. I was first one out of the challenge, so therefore I'm on the bottom." And then he just started playing and acting like he was on the bottom and not trying to do anything about it. Like, he didn't go home with either of the groups. And maybe he doesn't live there, but oh well, you're playing Survivor. Pretend you live somewhere else. Like, just go home with people. That's what you got to do sometimes.
Just
So,
go
I don't
home
know.
with people.
Yeah, that's my advice for you college survivors. Just go home with people. But no, I'm like, it just maybe we just didn't see it, but in the episode did not show him fighting for himself in the slightest, other than telling Lily, I won't vote for you. And yeah. And Sean being the one to have to say to Lily, hey, if you have somebody who is gonna lay their life down for you, that might be a good thing.
And that's why Sammy stock is going up, baby. No, listen, he's not doing anything, but I'm rooting for him,
Sammy is someone that I was like, oh my god, because I helped with casting. I just remember like, oh my god, Sammy is so cute and like just so innocent, like very cherub-like. To see him sort of not do anything, it's very much, it's that classic trap of like you're starting this game and you go off on the wrong foot and you just go like, I feel like I'm in trouble. Mm-hmm. Do something. Talk to anyone.
Exactly.
Like, I think Lily does see the benefit of like, oh, maybe I can use him because he's not going to vote against me. I think that's good. The issue is he doesn't talk to anyone else, and there's no reason to keep Sammy around. I think it's very likely he could be an easy boot, but he has another episode to figure it out. Anything could happen. I think the Andy trying to cut a deal. Episode 1, he's like, I don't need to win this immunity.
That was crazy.
I'm going to cut a deal with Sean, which maybe I'm blinking. What was the point of like Sean?
There was none. There was no benefit to like outlasting the other tribe from what I saw. Nothing that was explained, like nothing, like it was genuinely, even Drew, I feel like was like, you guys don't have to be still up there. Like, it was like, I feel like Alejandro was just trying to prove a point. I don't know. And then it just made the other tribe so mad that they were like, yeah, we're going to beat him. I don't know. That I was so angry and confused about that too. I was like, just drop. Talk to your tribe. Like, why are you just standing up there when you could be talking to your tribe?
Andy was giving very like, I read the Boston Rob rulebook for how to negotiate and like, watch this, kids. Hey, do you want to stay up here while I drop out so you can have immunity? And Sean's just like, fucking okay, whatever. And he's like, great. And that was a negotiation, and then drops. Like, it's nothing. But I love the confidence in which he approaches it. Is like, this is about to be 40 chess. Watch at home. And like, it's not.
It's also not a deal. Like,
no.
Do you want me to drop so you get immunity and then you can do nothing for no reason? Okay, sure.
Yeah, he didn't even try to say like, hey, if I give you immunity, you want to not vote me out? Like,
literally,
that would be...
he said you have to beat Alejandro. It's like, for why?
Literally, why?
Who would care? It was such a nonsense deal. I was like, I think you asked JS what to do, and you said, oh, this is the best. I've got to play strategically. What? What? But yeah, that was so funny to me. I love Sean also immediately going, that was so weird. Like, Andy's trying to play me. I don't trust the man. It's like, thank God.
How did this one challenge like get so weird? Like, it was the drama that came out of this challenge that is literally just people standing with their arm above their head is kind of cuckoo. Like, the amount of Jason, Andy did not go to my classes. Did not read the JS book of negotiations, right? Why this challenge was like, every time I was like, okay, surely we've reached the end of the drama of the challenge. It would be like, and by the way, Pascal was singing his ear off, and by the way, Alejandro was so fucking annoying, we would have voted him out if he didn't lose. And you're like, what is happening?
I want to talk about those moments, but let's focus on Cassava first, just because I still want to go over like, there wasn't that much drama during the competition. Like, I think the challenge was pretty set for it, but like, I do think it's interesting that you have the North Campus alliance of Sean, Lily, Ella, and then South Campus of Jason, Andy, Donovan, and Courtney, because it does sort of set up like, you know, Sammy, Daniela are on the outs, and then Daniela joins the South Campus, people who are older, who are more experienced in just like talking, and even with all that, Jason somehow doesn't end up in this supposed alliance. And also, Andy has a crush on Courtney.
Yeah, that was cute. That was cute. It was
Give
cute.
me the tea. Oh my god. I
I feel
loved
like
that.
yeah, because we did get content from them, like Courtney saying, like, yeah, we were vibing, like I told Daniela to pick him on our tribe. Like it was I feel like there's something forming there. Is it a showmance? Hopefully. Could be fun.
And Andy also gets the Brazilian alliance with Daniela.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good. Just like
I think
what why not come on Survivor Maryland to get a girlfriend? You know what I mean? Like, you're not gonna win. Get a girlfriend.
I mean, you could have worse starts in the game.
You
I
could.
think Andy is set up pretty well in this tribe.
Yeah.
And I think
Mhm.
Sammy feels like the obvious first boot, but it is like, does that mean Sean, Ella, and Lily are likely the next boots? What do we think are the dynamics on this tribe?
I feel like there's no target on Lily other than what Lily is putting on there herself of just saying like, oh, I feel like people are linking me and Sammy together, even though nobody's doing that. It feels like not a single other person has been like, oh, these two know each other. Like these two are, he's going to lay his life down for her. He's not saying that to anybody except her. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like people like Lily. Like, I feel like people are like, she's cute. She's unassuming, even though she, I think, has a good head on her shoulders. Although I do feel like a lot of that good head does come from Sean, of like because he had to tell her like, hey, you have this person who isn't ever going to vote you out. Do you think maybe we shouldn't vote them out? So I think that I do feel like the positivity here, in my hope that Sean, Lily, and Ella aren't just going to be kind of on the bottom coming out of this, is that I do feel like they are the more strategically minded group. And I feel like they are locked in a little closer. They do have like their good one-on-one relationships, but I think they have a good core strength. And I also do feel like they have a better sense of what they want and like actually making the game happen versus just like, oh, we're going to do what's easy. We're going to go based on like who we're not talking to, things like that. So I do have hope for them. I don't think that they're just going to be the next ones picked off. But I do feel like Danielle is going to be a big glue piece on the other side because she has pretty rock solid individual relationships, at least like is getting them with Donovan, with Andy. And I feel like she is so good one-on-one that she would be able to bring them together really easily.
I have a, bye Jake. Don't talk to
Bye,
me.
Jake.
We'll bring up his other comment later. Because
Yes. Anders, I had a question. Who was Lily talking to in the beginning where they were comparing her to like Rue in the Hunger Games?
Oh, that was Chloe.
That was Chloe. Okay, they're not on the same tribe now, right? They're of course.
No, Chloe's on Kyoshi, and we'll talk about Chloe. A real
no, I know
so many things to say about
the
Chloe.
reason I bring it up is because I think that like Lily is this really interesting character or archetype that we see in College Survivor occasionally, which is like the freshman who just needs somebody to glom onto. That doesn't mean she can't be her own independent thinker, but rather like, when you're put into an intense social situation and also you like just left high school and you're like, yeah, I was in a lot of productions in my high school, and everyone's like, who cares? This is a class of 300. Like it really fucks with you in a way. So to have a upperclassman who's there to assist you and make you feel a little more comfortable socially is such a benefit. And I think that Lily is like a great person to pick up and scoop up. And in that way, I think like it'll be really interesting if she becomes like a Faith type and finds her own voice, but also has the number one, or if she's just sort of gonna be there until it's not convenient for her to be there anymore. Also, so funny when she was just like, yeah, people say I look like a princess. It's like, go off. Tell them what you're good at.
I once had a coworker go, everyone called me the hot producer, and I was like, they called you that? Yeah, that was your nickname. Wow. They bullied me for how hot I was. They would say pretty face. It's very funny to be like, everyone just says I'm like princess. Like, yeah, I bet.
Amazing. Have fun on Disney College, girl. Have fun.
But I do think you bring up a good point. It's like there is that archetype in College Survivor, especially like that freshman girl who everyone is going to sort of underestimate and is actually very savvy when it comes to social and strategic game, but is maybe a little bit needs someone else to push them to actually make the moves, which is a very Faith type. But I feel like Jack was that as well. And it is like you just get these girls who you feel are unassuming and you're going to give the benefit of the doubt, and they're going to absolutely smoke you. I think that's a really good call, and I think Lily and Sean just do give me that vibe of like they are a pair to watch out for.
I agree.
And I am interested to see like how do Courtney, Andy, Donovan, Jason, and Daniela handle it, because that group has not formed as a 5, and it doesn't really feel like it does feel like there's individuals that connect. It doesn't feel like they've decided. I also think Jason is hallmates with Kate.
Yeah.
We haven't heard anything yet of like if that will manifest anything, but I wonder if that will come into play.
Yeah, that's a good question, because we've already the only cross tribe content we really saw was when Lily found Jake and Adam idol hunting, which doesn't super matter at this point considering the position that Adam is now in, and that so I feel like I think that once we get actual cross tribe stuff, that's when it's gonna get interesting.
But good initiative from Lily, by the way, to go out idol hunting. Like, good for her. She's onto something. She's out. She's walking.
Agreed.
She's getting some air.
She's walking, and that's
She's
good.
getting some air.
Getting her steps in.
Yes.
Let's talk about Kyoshi. It's such a absolute mess of a tribe. I don't even know where to begin. I guess let's talk about the challenge to start off.
Yeah.
My favorite moments of it are immediately everyone hating Alejandro for just existing.
Literally, what did he do?
Everyone's met him and doesn't like him, which is so funny.
He's too good at too many things. You're all just haters.
And somebody's reason was just like everybody I've talked to on campus just knows him. And it's like, okay.
Well, knows him and has like a reaction to it. So this guy is very like, whoa. And the fact, and also
he's a DJ, which we know now.
Yeah, he's one of many things. But Pascal scream singing and just Kate's face, I went, you know what? Same. Why are you scream singing randomly, bitch?
Okay,
fall.
but also, why was he kind of good?
Kinda's doing a lot of work in that sentence.
Thank you.
That was crazy, and I was watching it at sort of 1.5 speed to catch up, and I was like, "What is happening?" Like I had to rewind, like the way he was singing. I know that song, and like the way he was singing, I was like, "What song is he singing?" It was so disorienting that I forgot Queen. Like it was too much. I also could not imagine freezing my ass off, my arm over my head, and just having someone like yelling from my tribe or the other tribe. If I was on the opposite tribe, I'd be like, you guys need to vote that guy out. I cannot do another challenge with him. Just absolutely bananas. I loved it. Great TV. Like, so good. Also, weren't they mad at Alejandro for like pretending to sleep? I don't know. It was too much.
No, yeah. Why were they mad about that? Like that he was closing his eyes during a long ass endurance.
He's too strong.
Like, what is that? That was so silly.
Loved it.
Chloe finds the advantage, which when they first revealed the advantage, I was like, you can give it to your tribe or the other tribe. Why would you ever give it to the other tribe? But if you give it to the other tribe, you get an advantage. Whoa, okay, now I'm back in. Hey, you lost me, and now you got me back in.
I like
Jeff Brooks, are you watching?
Oh, you know what? Just one more thing on the challenge. What I thought was going to be a bigger deal, and what I probably would have noticed at the challenge, is when the two people would drop together. Like Taylor and Chloe did that, where they like counted down and they went down together. And then Donovan and Courtney did the same thing on the other side, where they counted down and went down together. And I would be like, why are you doing that? You know? It's like, why are you making that bond right there? Why are you doing that right in front of me? I feel like nobody touched on that, and they should have.
Well, coming out of that, actually, Chloe finds his advantage. She brings Taylor and Kate into it. And all I could think was, where are they in reference to the other players? Is no one noticing the fact that they're all huddled together? They aren't, obviously, in a way, like they're probably taken away to do this confessional, but it was just like, in my mind, I went, right behind them is the wall. Everyone's just ignoring this happening. But I got to say, I love all three of them. I think Chloe is such an incredible character.
Chloe's a star.
A star.
Yeah.
I wrote in my notes, sorry, where to go? Chloe is officially the most mother of all mothers. Khaleesi, first of her name, born of fire, etc., 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 etc.
Hard agree. Yeah.
And then Taylor is also a freshman, very strategic, thinking immediately like, let me play the game. And Kate is just like, I hate these people, but I love my queens. And I went, I love this trio because they are all so distinct. And I
Yes.
just feel like we'll talk about the later moments of this group. They are so funny as
They're
a trio.
so funny.
I
It's like
do
a
love-
group of like teenage spies. It's like all a bunch of like
Oh my
Harriet
God,
spies.
Yes.
Like I love them.
Jason being like, I don't know why Kate thought she was cast as the mean girl. And then you see all of Kate's confessionals and it's like, yeah, no, it makes sense.
but I do think it's fun. Like, this tribe is just such a mess. Ultimately, Alejandro wins.
Funniest outcome,
Yep.
by the way.
Funny,
Like,
Yep.
and
funniest
then
outcome.
forces them all to go to Denny's.
Like a mad king.
They're like, he won immunity, so we have to do whatever he wants.
It's literally the meme of like, it's the one where it's like a kid with a lollipop being like, I love things, and the other one being, I fucking hate you, I fucking hate you. It's like Alejandro is just he does not know everyone hates him. He's
I
just
would
like,
agree with
Doesn't
him
at
for
all.
Denny's.
Yeah, why the Denny's hate? I would love to go to Denny's with Alejandro.
Yeah,
And then-
it's like they just finished their school play.
It is. Well, they were singing. And then the people we haven't talked about in this tribe: CJ, former crew, knows
crew.
Daniela and Pascal. Which I think, we'll see how that does affect it. I don't think he's doing. We'll come to what he does later. The classic, as we call it, the Michigan All Stars special.
Does he make a list?
No, he gives the wrong information to the wrong person,
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah.
yet doesn't get punished for it.
Mm,
The
yeah.
real Sam of it all.
Yeah.
And then Adam and Jake. Jake, in every scene he exists in, every scene from the moment we meet him, says
That's my
something
king.
that just makes me go, Jake, why
That's
would
my
you say
king.
this?
That's his
It-
charm.
That's his charm.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna
God.
go on Survivor to be cringe and drink milk, and I'm all out of milk. Like it's so good. He's amazing.
I'm obsessed with Jake.
See, I think there's a cringes. You know what? I'll say this. At least Jake is doing this all on his own. The
Yeah.
cringiest thing Survivor can do is have something that's like, let's make a moment. What was it? The chicken
Yeah.
and waffles chant? Like,
Oh yeah.
to me, that's unwatchable cringe. That's cursed cringe.
Oh
Like,
yeah, of course.
because to me, it's like, well, this isn't you guys. This is, all right, guys, let's make a moment. If they had just done that on their own, I'd be like, very theater energy, but whatever. Like,
Mm-hmm.
the fact that at least Jake is himself. At least I never question this is Jake. Like, I know
Yeah.
it is. And
Yeah.
I don't like it, but it is him.
It's so funny how essentially the episode starts with this thesis from Jason at being like, I never liked the guy. And you're like, why? He seems fun. And then you're like, okay, from what I can gather about Jason's personality, I understand why he probably doesn't like him.
Yeah.
I still like him. But I understand where this sort of Jason
Yeah.
problem has come in. But like, it's such a funny thesis to start the episode with. It's like, I don't like this guy. And you're like, what? Then you sort of end the episode, you're like, wow, that guy went through a lot. But what a magnificent journey. I don't want to jump ahead of us, but I just want to say, like, we're so back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this was
I
so
think
entertaining.
one of the best one episode runs of a character we've ever seen.
Oh yeah.
Fantastic.
Personality for Miles.
Yes. The
so-
only part where he lost me was when he was like throwing out Chloe's name, and not even that he was doing it, but when he was like, I just don't like Chloe. Like, if it was a beauty
So
pageant, I was like,
funny.
oh, you don't like her because she's pretty? Like, what are we doing here?
They called me Pretty Face.
Yeah. I'm like, what is happening? What do you mean?
It's just
That
like
was the one
tall
moment where
girl
he
or
lost
whatever.
me. I was like,
That is
So
so
what-
good.
Let's talk about the Alejandro moment of a bunch of people text him because he's safe. And he goes, everyone show up to my apartment. And they go, why are we here? He goes, you know why you're here. No, we don't. And he goes, we're an alliance now or whatever.
I just can't imagine texting, like asking someone to meet up, like Adam texting Alejandro, like, hey, let's meet up. And Alejandro goes, oh yeah, but Pascal and Kate will also be there. That's the funniest thing you could ever do.
It is, I will say this, Alejandro is like, Alejandro is pure cringe in the sense that like he is
Yeah.
pure-hearted. His cringe comes from a place of absolute serenity. This man has never known a moment of questioning. He simply says he is pure id. Like he just goes with what he wants.
Yeah,
And they
the
can't
definition
handle
of no thoughts, just vibes.
Yeah, he's
Pascal-
you know, it's like, what is it, like, gosh darn it, people like me. Like he operates in a world where everyone wants to be around him, and he cannot conceive the idea that people are annoyed by him.
Yeah.
And so therefore he's just so open and pure with everybody that he interacts with in a way.
It was the moment where somebody was like, yeah, well, you kind of have all the power here, Alejandro. And he goes, he's just like sitting back in his chair like this, and he goes, or do I have the least amount of power?
It's so funny, and it's just incredible.
Well, so good.
Speaking of that moment, how incredible for Adam to have this opportunity and turn to his ally and be like, how they both just kind of come like, well, you should. They kind of clock the situation correctly, which is like Alejandro doesn't give a fuck, and it's like, yeah, just text him, like he'll let you into the party.
Like this is Alejandro this episode.
It really is.
I put my hand up the longest. Yeah.
I'm gonna go to sleep, and they're all going, look at this fucking asshole.
Oh my god.
Did nothing wrong.
Well, and the fact that Pascal's like, you're so dumb, how could you be making this move? It's like, well, seems like he's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like he is getting voted out as soon as there's an opportunity. But...
And yet, find out, he won't get voted out. He's gonna win it all.
And you heard it here first. Alejandro's Andrew's winner pick.
No, God, no. Oh my God. I just think it really is pure, and it's just incredible. I do think then following this up with Jake throwing out Chloe and CJ going, I should probably check to see what Kate thinks, and calling Chloe when Pascal was describing the story, I went, why is Kate being so fucking weird? Like, what do you think of the meeting? What meeting? What is this game? And then going, oh, that's not Kate. Oh my God.
I kind of loved the cinema of that, because it's like, you know, I would have, like, naturally you would be expecting like, oh, the phone call would be filmed. You would be seeing the phone call itself as you do on College Survivor, but it being retold by Pascal. And I think that was so cinematic. I think that was fantastic.
Yeah. I wrote, holy fuck, the misdial that murders Jake. But also, like, I have to shout out the editing, because I the whole season, or I should say the whole season, this one episode, I've been thinking, like, I love the little edits. Like, listen, I'm tired. All right. But like the way that like the conversation is just popping up next to Pascal as he's sort of retelling it. The Rue and Katniss thing cracked me up. What else did I write? There were some really funny ones. The Subway Chips saga, then like the Brazil flag when like Andy and Daniela sort of like gave a high five, like all very, very tickles me. I loved it. Thought it was so hysterical the entire episode, and this is no exception. Just sort of the reenactment through photos.
It was very funny, and it's so classic mistake to make of just like you gotta put the right names on the right people, because
that was my question. Did he hit the wrong name to call, or did he have their names mixed up in his contacts? Because that would be so, like, imagine texting instead, thinking like, I'm like, that would be so much worse, I feel.
I have to imagine he just put the wrong number to the wrong name, but I have no idea. I mean, that's because they're both K names, but who knows?
Yeah.
I mean,
we're living in a pre-iPhone contact auto-populating world, you know? 20 whatever this was a different time.
So true.
1984 when this was filmed.
2019.
Jesus.
I know. Imagine. So Jake, he finds out he's the target, and okay, let's talk about Adam, actually. Adam comes on the scene. He said, I was an alternate. I got brought on last second. Okay, Jason tease of the season. I saw that and I went, I am so excited, because every season of Survivor Maryland, we have someone drop out at the last second. It happens all the time. We've had people like Brandon from season 4, Susan season 6, Angie and Sadie for season 7. Like,
wow.
Jess
What
for
would the
season
season be
8,
without those two?
Yeah.
like, it happens. And I always think that the alternates are such fun characters, like, because they come in and they're like, I know that I almost wasn't on, so I'm going to play. So
Yep.
I'm like, oh my God, Adam, this is amazing. I'm so excited. Seeing that he's close to Jake, it's like, you just got to cut your losses here. Like, Jake is so
Yeah.
clearly dead. And when he tells Jake anything, I'm like, no, no, no. And then Jake absolutely tries to torpedo Adam's game. I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck you, Jake. Fuck
Yeah.
you. Like, you are just an absolute scum. Of all people, why him?
I mean, that was kind of Jake's other option at that
Yeah.
point. Like, he was going to the girls. He couldn't throw anybody under the, like, you don't have Alejandro as an option to throw under the bus. And so outside of that, I feel like that these other people are not going to get targeted. Maybe bring Pascal back up, considering he was brought up in the car with the girls. But I don't know. I feel like at that point, when you're in Jake's position and when you're like just trying to save yourself, if another person says a name, you're like, yeah, that.
Yeah, that was tough. But I also think, like, what a funny, like, Adam was in such an interesting position in this part of the episode where it's like, okay, it's like it feels like a Survivor driving test almost, where it's like, your closest ally is definitely going to get voted out, but nobody thinks that you guys are that close, and you're able to weaponize your closeness to make that person seem more like a pariah. Like, great move to be like, oh, we're also final twos, whatever. And then it's like, do you A, try to save them, B, throw them under the bus, C, just go along with, like it.
Yeah.
And his choice is so interesting here because he's kind of like, whoa.
Hello.
Hi, Drew.
Oh my God.
Hi. How's everyone doing? I was listening to the show on my way home, so I'm a little caught up at least for most of it.
Well, you just interrupted my beautiful rant about Adam's choices, but I guess we can.
No, continue, please.
Andrew, what were you about to say?
Well, let's finish off the Adam choice. I think you're absolutely right. It is like the classic test we put on, and he made the bad move.
Yeah. I think had he like not been included in everything that CJ and Pascal were doing, like that was a trio that we were seeing. Like those three were working together. And so if he had had a sense that maybe these two were closer than they were to him, but I don't think he had that sense at all. If you weren't included in all of that, then yeah, sure, go try, like, tank your game for your best friend, whatever, that's totally fine. But considering he clearly had other options and other really solid options, when your other option is Pascal and CJ, who clearly have really solid heads on their shoulders, versus Jake, like, respectfully, I feel like you know which direction you should go in.
Especially, you're 5 days into this game. You've interacted with these people. I'm sorry. Looking at Jake and saying he's a valuable asset to me, it's like, Jake isn't a victim of circumstance like I would say Sammy is. Mm-hmm. Jake is absolutely digging his hole from the minute one and bombing them. Like, he is just a menace. And the idea that you want to save him for what? For who? Like, to me, it's like, saving Jake is the worst thing you could do for your game because he's just too volatile, and that's what happens.
Yeah.
But before we continue on that, Drew, you are the host of this season. You're not editing this season, I want to point out.
Correct. Yeah.
But
who's editing it?
Secrets.
Yes. There's a team.
Okay. Shout out to the team. They did a good job.
Shout out to the
Fantastic
team.
job. Yeah.
A
lot of credit to them. Yeah.
Shout out to the team. Drew, this is our first time seeing you host. And for a lot of us, our first time ever even knowing of you. So
I showed up in the background of some of your seasons, Anders.
So that means people know you?
They know the face.
Well, they don't know the man bun, which jump scare, I'll tell you what.
I'm glad that era ended a long time ago.
Me too.
The facial hair too was pretty rough.
There's a reason none of the shots include you for the most part. They go, we'll just hear his voice.
I was very happy with the editorial choices there. I have to admit. Yeah.
Well, Drew, tell us a little bit about your journey to becoming host, and also sort of the decision behind this season. Like, what made you want to do Generations and bring back Alex, Pascal, and Daniela?
Sure. Yeah. Well, I guess for people that have watched the show, they've probably seen me because I was on Anders' crew for season 7 through 10. I guess I was.
No, you were not there for 10.
I was abroad for 10, but I was
Do
consulting.
not steal that valor.
No,
Do
no.
not steal
I
that
was
valor.
consulting.
If Drew had been there for 10, I would have played.
That's true. Yeah, that's T. So Anders and I never squashed that beef, but so I'd seen the behind the scenes of Survivor Maryland for a couple years before I jumped into hosting, and this was actually season 12 was my second season hosting. So season 11 probably lost to time, if I'm being honest. Not really a season worth putting out there into the world. If no offense to any of my former players watching it. But it's just much less dynamic than season 12, which kind of sets the scene for why season 12 started the way it did, right? I'm coming off a season where there wasn't a lot of great gameplay, not a lot of strategy, and I wanted my players to go full bore in season 12. So I figured, like, everyone's going to tribal council right off the bat because I want everyone to experience what it's really like to be in this game from the second they join. And so if you have to strategize because you're going to tribal no matter what, I think that's like a great way to get people on board and really bought into the game. Also kind of like with the type of challenge we did, being an endurance challenge, I mean, I think that also helps. And then, with the individual immunity and the advantage that was given, Anders, I heard you mention like you weren't bought into that advantage until you saw that if you gave it to the other tribe, you would receive another advantage in the game. That was all intentional as well. Like I wanted there to be cross tribe communication. I wanted to encourage that because I wanted people to think about the game that was bigger than just their tribe, right? So that was kind of the goal going into episode 1. I thought, like, not to spoil the rest of the season, like it really did set the tone. So I think we accomplished what we were trying to accomplish there as a production team.
I mean, you cast an incredible cast. Like it's a really good group, and I got really lucky. I mean, that's what I did with season 8 of like bringing in returners to make sure newbies are playing. Like I completely agree with that approach, and I love the little twist. I have to ask this really quick. Was there any reason to outlast the other tribe? Was there any benefit? Like, why was that happening?
Not at all. Not at all. I mean, there's a reason we didn't have footage of it. It was because we stopped filming. Like, we were like, all right, the challenge is over, but we couldn't actually get either one of them to drop for quite some time.
That's so stupid.
Yeah.
That's just college
it was freezing
boys
that night, too.
being stupid.
Yeah, I think like you weren't there, Anders, but I think Austin and some of the older guys were there as well. And I just remember being like, holy shit, like we want to go inside. Like it is so cold.
So mad. If there's one reason to vote of Alejandro up to that point, it's like I was fucking freezing, and now the only thing open is Subway, and we can't even eat inside.
Right. Yeah.
We can the scrapes of the Subway boxes. Like
I think the last of the lettuce. That's sad.
Yeah. That was completely just boys being boys.
Hey, fellas, I mean, but it was a good group, and I think like a really strong opener.
Mm-hmm. It was very welcome to college Survivor, which I think was really cool.
Right. Yeah, and I'm excited. Like I thought Pascal got a lot of really great screen time. He was at the premiere on campus tonight, which was really cool. Got to see him for the first time.
He's still there? Can someone let him out?
He lives in the area. He lives in the area.
I know somebody else who was at that premiere. Tom from season 4 of Survivor Michigan. Seasons 4 and 5 of Survivor Michigan was there.
Shout out to Tom. I have never gotten off the Tom-nado. We are Facebook friends. I love Tom.
Wait, Tom was there?
Yeah, he just texted me that he met Alex Pascal.
I don't think I met Tom.
Go to Maryland?
Funnily enough.
He's at grad school in Maryland now.
Oh, well, okay, that makes more sense.
Maryland's got to be giving us commission on all the people that are coming to school there because of Survivor Maryland.
For real.
Well, I'm glad to know all that information. Is there anything you want to say about the? Well, I want to move on from this. Sorry. Is there any reason that you were calling
it? I'm glad to know all of that information.
Yeah, I just completely botched the name. Like I thought it was Kavasa, and I got rightfully roasted for it in the edit. I think in future episodes, at least I hope in future episodes, I will correct myself.
What was your thought on any of the Cassava members? Like, as you sort of experienced in real time, was there anyone that really stuck out to you in this episode or in real time as like they are a star, they are really bringing something, I'm really enjoying them?
I would say Andy and Courtney, I think were the two standouts for me. Andy especially because like he's just such a dynamic personality. He talks to sorry, my cat's going crazy. He talks to everyone. He clearly has like the JS connection, so he understands like what the game is about and how to make connections and play the social game. And, I thought the brilliant part of the casting here was that there's such a good mix of people that are really informed on how to play Survivor, people that are just generally socially adept, which I'd kind of put like Courtney, Chloe in that category, those types of players. And then there's also people like Alejandro that have no fucking idea what's going on. And I think that's like exactly what you want in a college Survivor, because you get the people that will bring the Alejandros up to speed. But then, you're also able to shine through if you have that background knowledge of how the game is played.
Drew, can I ask you a question? Who was producing the confessionals this season? Like when they're sitting down talking to sort of the nicer camera, are they talking to you? Or are they talking to other producers?
And why is Daniela locked in a basement? That's my question. Daniela's in the sketchiest looking basement.
Oh, here's the thing. Me and Austin were both RAs. Drew, where were you filming these confessions?
I was living in a satellite house for my fraternity at the time. So a lot of the confessionals.
No, none of those words are good.
Yeah, you're right. So a lot of the confessionals are done like where Alex was, on that chair. That was like our living room. Daniela was in the basement, like where we threw parties. Kate that episode and Taylor were both on the stumps where we would film film Tribal Council, which was my backyard at the time. So
that was a cute look.
It looked good, yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Survivor Maryland up to that point had been very clear, sort of what the host was very clear, and then Drew said, "I'm only going to be partially that. Anyways, I'm going to do it all through a frat." It's like, well, best of luck to you, King.
It had its challenges for sure.
Let's continue on this episode. So Jake creates a fake idol, or he gets
his theater friend to give him
theater friend to give him the Santa flag. Is it?
It's the Nevada, just the Albuquerque
New Mexico.
or like New Mexico flag,
Mexico.
the New Mexico flag.
Yeah, and he's like, it's an idol. And it's like, I guess, to be fair, why not? I'll say this. It could be anything. It's called Survivor.
It could be. I think visually, that's a fine thing to say as an idol. But
Yeah,
what I did appreciate is I loved, obviously I loved Mob Boss Chloe in that whole conversation. I think she was hilarious in that. She was like, okay, let me see the clue. And she was like taking his Game Boy and let me where's the clue? And she was like, are your hands always shaking like that? Like that was crazy. And that was awesome of her. And then what I especially loved was after that conversation when Kate clocked it, because it's like, if somebody is showing you an idol, if they know that they're getting voted for, why would they show you the idol if it's real? If they know they're getting the votes, why would they not just play it and then their vote sends home whoever they want to send home? Why would they not just do that? And Kate clocked that exactly right. And I was like, that's every time somebody is desperately publicly coming out with an idol, why are they doing that if they know they're getting the majority of the votes? That's a clear red flag that it's fake. And I'm so glad that Kate caught that and clocked that. And I think that was perfect. And then when they went to look into his car, that was just, that whole sequence of events was so crazy.
It was wild. The really digging in. Where is it? Oh, it's in your car. Where's your car? Oh, why don't we go now? Oh, you can't go right now. You're gonna go talk to someone else. All right, that's fine. No, go ahead. And then they call CJ and they're like, by the way, don't believe him. And then he doesn't even show up to CJ. They're like, we have to find his car. It's like, that's crazy. Hey guys,
Are they
wild?
Are they pre-law? By after this season, they should all start being lawyers. Like, that was absolutely bananas.
They are journalism, aren't they?
Yeah, two of them were
Yeah.
journalism majors. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were investigating. They put their press badge on and they said,
Mhm.
we are going to expose this man on the front page. It was incredible. It was a masterpiece. And I think so well, like, I think, Drew, one of the great things of, like, when you're just watching a season happen, and I'm curious how you felt, when you start to see, like, the things clicking into place where you're like, oh shit, this is gonna be good, and you've got it on episode 1, vote 1. How did you feel watching this all kind of go down?
Oh, I was ecstatic. Like, I'm sure if we went back into like the production logs with like me, Anders, Austin, and our like executive team, I'm sure I was like throwing in 200 messages a day about all the crazy shit that was happening and like how excited I was that like these people like were so like immediately right off the bat just so smart about how they went about the game. Like, and some of this is footage I've never seen, right? Because I didn't edit the season, so seeing the like actual interrogation of Jake tonight was actually like my favorite part of the episode, because like you said, Chloe just being like, why are your hands shaking? Yeah, they keep digging in one layer further. And I'm like, this is incredible. Like, I heard all about this in our confessionals and whatnot, but to see it actually play out, it's like they are processing this information in real time. And that's like kind of when I knew, like, hearing what happened with the car thing in confessional, like, this is going to be a different type of season. Like, these players are bought in and really just know, they already know what they're doing, and it's week 1.
It was incredible. And honestly, Jake going home, it's like, thank God. I think he was teamed too much. And I think if he had stayed and Adam left, it's like, I just don't see how Jake has any other height to go to. I just feel like it's a continuing spiral downwards of like, we're watching a man with nothing left to lose just claw and beg for literally anything.
Yeah.
I don't need that.
Yeah. That I think is totally fair. But I think his 1 episode arc was perfect and I have no complaints.
This is what he was saying.
You're a king,
I am not
Jake.
going to be nice about it. I did not enjoy it.
Jake, I loved it every minute except when you were mad at Chloe for being pretty. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. And that
was the only bit
you should reflect.
Yeah.
Right. Honestly, like, rewatching it, this season was filmed 6.5 years ago. So like a lot of this, has already flown out of my mind, having not watched the footage back. I really forgot like how much went on that week. There was like 2 or 3 different like strategies, and you could probably pick up on that just based on when certain people's confessionals were filmed. Like, I thought the editing team did like a phenomenal job kind of weaving through and showing how the week actually played out. Because like those early weeks, I'm sure you guys are familiar with College Survivor. It's difficult to get a like tribal council.
Sorry, Erin.
Scheduled, right? Like you have 9 people college schedules that you're trying to manage and consider. So like there's a full week of strategizing happening between the challenge and the tribal, and I think that also kind of helped kickstart the season in the way it did.
I'm hoping that the schedule that popped up is foreshadowing and something on Valentine's Day is going to happen.
Please.
Maybe Cindy and Courtney go on a date. Who knows?
We'll have to see.
Okay, relax. So, all of this has happened in the episode. We're sort of left now with what's going to happen on Cassava. Before we sort of talk about what we think is going to happen and maybe our winner picks, since Drew, you were there and I'm not going to ask you because I do not want spoilers. I do have this question for you. What was it like to host Survivor Maryland, and do you have any favorite memories while hosting it? And because we're watching the season, you don't have to say anything. Were there any favorite moments from 11 that you recall?
Yeah, I mean, not to give just like the basic corny answer, but this is the real answer. Like just meeting everyone and getting to know people throughout the course of an entire semester. Like you're spending so much time together, especially in the confessionals. Like that was my favorite part of the job. As much as it's like the most time consuming as well. You're really getting to know who these people are, how they like are able to process a really stressful social situation in a very stressful time in people's life. It's just really unique, and that's why I liked hosting College Survivor. There's a reason I only hosted 2 seasons. That's another spoiler, I guess. I handed it off to another host in season 13. I'm not sure if that's public information, but you'll know who the host is. It was a lot to handle, like, as one person, as Anders can definitely attest to. So for my senior year, I decided I wanted to take more of a background role and advise. But yeah, I don't know. Just like it's the highlight of my college experience. I think everyone that has hosted the show would say the same thing. And if you're at your university or school and are starting a Survivor Club, or if there's already an established Survivor Club, I couldn't recommend it more, at least for a year to try it out, because it's just like there's nothing like it.
Yeah, I think I look back on that time with a lot of love and joy, and also a lot of I wish I could have done this instead. I wish I could have changed this part about the season. Blah 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 blah. But it is so rewarding just to even watch it back and be like, oh my god, this was so fun. Let's talk about who we think is going far and who we think is going to win. Naomi, you start.
Oh God. Well, okay. Here's some people we haven't really touched on at all. I thought Jenny's intro, when Jenny talked about being like a club leader,
Yeah.
that she started like Girls Who Code at Maryland. I was like, that is such an advantage to being like in any social situation. But being like a person who leads is great for a survivor. And haven't seen her come up on our radar, so we're like, Jenny marked safe. Again, I'm just so excited for Daniela, but I think if we're talking about like who do I think can win the whole thing, I don't know. I think it could be Kate. I don't know, like the way that like essentially Kate walked out of that meeting where she was throwing her number one ally under the bus, and everyone wanted to turn to her and be like, "Hey, sorry we did that. Are you okay? Should we change our plan?" Like, I don't know, that's screaming like, future puppeteer, even though she doesn't even want to be, to me. Wow,
Erin,
no comments. I've stunned
I'll say this.
stunned the
I
crowd
really
with silence.
I saw Jenny's intro and I said, I love Jenny, winner pick. Then she didn't show up for basically the rest of the episode, and I went,
I had the same. I had the same
maybe
response.
not that. Maybe not that, actually.
Yeah, Jenny's not
I
a
want
pick, but she's a like.
I want Jenny to be present and there, but my queen is absent. So
Yes, agreed.
first episode is not.
She's teaching girls to code.
Yeah.
Okay, well, she should be teaching girls how to win Survivor.
Mm.
Fuck that.
Well, she does have her priorities. She was like, I'm not gonna let this like get in the way of any of my other shit, pretty much, which is like, all right, we'll see.
I know you guys love to read the edit. This is like what you do. Having talked to the editing team on this, I would just say, like, just let it be. I don't think you're gonna get anything from how the season's edited. I really don't.
Personally, I'm anti-reading the edit.
Good,
Personally,
good.
I can't read, so this is great.
And exactly.
Then Erin, who do you think is gonna win?
I don't think she's gonna win, but I'm gonna pick her as my winner pick anyway because she's my favorite, and it is Chloe.
Yeah.
I think she easily stand out of the episode, like easily VIP, easily like, oh my god, one of my favorite people I've ever watched on College Survivor. I think she's so funny. I love her just like mob boss mentality. I love that she like does not care at all what she's saying, like just out loud at Tribal. Like I wrote it down, but right now the actions smell like horse shit should have been the episode title. Like that was the fact that she's unafraid completely is gonna get her caught and is gonna get her voted out, and I know that, but I don't care. And so for now, I'm locking Chloe in as my winner pick because I love her and she's perfect.
I wanted to pick Chloe because the edit for her is just so dominant. Like, I know a lot of people would say it's too much for a first episode. I would say disagree. You get an immediate backstory for her. You watch her absolutely get these relationships in her hand. She dominates it. She controls everything. But you know what? Naomi chose Kate. You chose Chloe. I'm
Go
going
Taylor.
Taylor. I'm
Yeah.
going Taylor. Because here's the thing. She is my second in terms of, like, yes, she didn't have the most control or narrative power, but I would say she comes across a lot more strategic than Kate or Chloe, and a lot more controlled in that way. Like, she
Yeah.
is the brains of the machine, and I think Chloe's an incredible shield for her. I think Kate is an incredible target that, like, if they're ever in trouble, you're gonna be like, well, Kate hates me, so I should get rid of her. I think Taylor can absolutely ride to the end with them, beat them in a speech, or survive if they get targeted. So sorry, sorry, Cassava, but I'm going with Kiyoshi. Like,
Oh, yeah.
there's just no one from Cassava that's like really standing out to me. I feel like
I think
right now,
of everybody, Sean and Lily are the most standout strategically, in my opinion.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I
I
would
just
probably
want to
put
shout out
Lil-
whatever Donovan is going to do. I can tell. He's coming down the pipeline. You know what I mean? I'm
Beard.
ready for it. Beard.
Also, I'm sorry, I'm not getting anything from Courtney. So the idea that we're all like, we love Courtney's personality. Me personally, I just didn't get a lot from Courtney this episode, or Ella. Like,
Oh, yeah, no.
Girl, who? Sorry to Ella, but who?
Yeah, agree.
sorry, there's only 8 women on this season, and already I was like, kind of only 5 if you think about it.
If you think about it.
What did you guys think? I don't know if you touched on this. What did you guys think of Alejandro not showing up to Tribal?
Ooh.
I think the
DJ.
fact that it was a last minute thing, because I'm sure he had that gig booked already, right? Or did he just?
Let me clarify this,
Yeah.
because I don't know if it was very clear in the edit. This was not a show he was going to DJ. He was going to attend a show.
And then you just put in clips of him DJing.
Yeah, because he
Okay.
is a DJ now.
Okay.
Maybe he was DJing while he was in college, but
An artist that like he would never have a chance to see again, one that he really liked. I don't know.
I don't know those details.
I wrote in my notes, Alejandro casting the deciding vote for Jake from the DJ booth.
I mean, pretty incredible.
I think it just shows how Alejandro is playing this game and the fact that he's not. And, I think that he made that clear.
I mean, say what you will about our king, but one thing you can't say is that he's on the wrong side of history. He absolutely smoked it. And I'm going to share this again because this is just Alejandro's game. Like, he's absolutely vibing out and everyone's livid and they can't do anything about it.
Not this week, but next week I'm sure they will.
No,
Next week on Survivor Maryland.
If he goes home next, I'm going to be so disappointed. He's the funniest character simply by virtue of everyone hating him. Like, it's very Sam in the sense of, why do people dislike this person? No one knows, but they're fucking funny. Like, you know what I mean? A player that does not
But Sam
care.
will still be here.
Oh. I'll be sitting here next week. What about you? Well, I have immunity. Not for long. Yeah, Alejandro is so funny, and the fact he didn't show up is even funnier because again, like, he was right in how he voted.
Yeah, I be honest? I might have been more shocked had he shown up to Tribal.
That part.
It's not a bad take.
And when he wins the season, having no idea what happened, they go, Alejandro, why should you win? He goes, I don't know. They go, damn. I guess that's true.
He's so mysterious.
Check out this Aladdin costume I've got. So good.
I've been Aladdin a few times.
I've been Aladdin.
You're gonna have to be more specific about where you saw me.
I will never. I'm gonna do this every time. Of like, or do I not have any power?
Okay, so I just want to remind everyone, if you haven't already, you can actually win $100 if you correctly guess the winner this season.
What?
Is that true?
Wow.
Yeah, we're doing a $100 giveaway.
Fuck! I shouldn't have picked Chloe.
Am I eligible?
No, you're not eligible. But if you guys go to survivor.maryland.s12 on Instagram and you DM with you want to sign up, you will get your winner pick and you have a chance to win $100 if they make it. So anyone who had Jake, you're out of the running. I'm sorry. You're not getting $100.
Is there a deadline for this? I'm doing this.
Yeah,
right
you
now.
got a week. You got until the next episode to do it. So get your picks in. If you go to it's survivor.maryland.s12.
Is it is the $100 coming from your pocket, Anders?
Oh, no.
Whose money am I taking? Because that also will play into it.
The editing team.
Drew's? Tough to say. I'll think about it.
Very generous of the editing team.
You
Wow.
you have a 1 in 17 shot of getting it right. Now, to be clear, just so this is clear, if you correctly have the winner, you're in a raffle to get the $100.
Yeah,
so anyone else who also has this person will be eligible. So you know, I just know if I was a betting man, I'm not going to bet. But if I were, I'd be betting on Taylor. I'd be betting on Alejandro. You know what?
I was going to say, take the odds to like Ella or somebody. Nobody's picking Ella. What if I end up with $100? That wheel is just one name. It's me.
I don't know.
I don't care.
Maybe...
I'm riding with Chloe. I'm loyal.
Do we think that either of the returnees are going to win?
No.
You know, I truly never say never. I think just based on like how interesting the last season of Maryland we saw was, like the interesting thing about College Survivor is that like people go home all the time and it's never just like they're a returner. It's almost like, not to like jump scare everyone with this show, but like I feel like it's a little bit more Big Brother where like somebody can come back and everyone will just be like, yeah, that person's here by the way, and like whatever. And they just cruise. Whereas Survivor though, I was like, oh my god, it's Ethan's on, let's kill him. Like there's College Survivor has a more chilled out vibe when it comes to returning people, and so I think like they could certainly make it to merge, but do they have winner cred? I'm not entirely sure yet. I need to see Daniela do more for me to believe that she's going to win.
I think the beauty of any College Survivor especially is that bitter juries are king, you know, and this group seems bitter as hell. It hasn't even been
already,
and they hate each other. Can you imagine if Alejandro gets to the end? It's like they could vote for him purely out of spite of the two people who don't get rid of him. It's like, in that way, Pascal or Daniela could win, but it's also like they could get there and it's like, it's unfair. You played before. You did your third time.
It just feels like, while I do feel like both of them are in really good spots on their tribes at this point, like I said, I think Daniela is the glue, and I think that Pascal is obviously Pascal, and I think he's being a strategic figurehead. I think they're also both in positions and have enough heat where it's like they're not gonna get there. I would love to see it happen, and I think if they did, they could win, but I just don't see them getting there.
Well, any final thoughts from anyone before we wrap it up?
I think this is a volatile group, and I am really excited to see where it goes.
Yes, I am so excited. The editors did a fantastic job. Drew, great season so far. I will be sticking around, of course. I think like it's great to have an actually good season of Survivor on TV right now, so I'm so excited.
Oh, you don't like theater kid energy?
I want to see somebody get bit by a snake on this season. That's what I'm hoping for.
What about God, Naomi? Should we have more conversation about God?
Are you a child of God, Anders?
You know it.
Thank you guys for watching. I mean, this is like such a treat to be able to see this come out almost 7 years after it was filmed. So, I mean, all credit goes to the editing team who did a phenomenal job. And that, like, yeah, I really can't say thank you enough to them because this is just, I'm so excited. This is going to be a wild ride. And if you're a Survivor fan, like, strap in.
Strap in, as they say. All right, well, I'm excited for the season. I have no idea what's going to happen, but the next episode will be next Monday, so get excited. Submit your winner picks. Maybe you could win $100, but you're not going to pick the right person because you're not picking Alejandro. I'm kidding.
Somebody should.
So, just in case.
Just in case.
You can spend that $100 to go to Denny's. All right, well, Erin, thank you for joining me as always. Drew, Naomi, thank you for joining me this week. To everyone watching, thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And you know what? Rewatch the episode. Why not?
Hell yeah.
All right, bye.
See you, Anders.